Tell you what, Family, what a bloody fight that was. I don't know if it was better than the dad's first two fights, something that I never thought I would say. And first and foremost, I'm glad that both men came out safe. But what a fight it was. I was very shocked when Eubank came out and his feet was all over, his balance was all over the place. He settled into the fight, didn't he? Ben, Ben was wild, and it worked for him in the start, doesn't it? That wild style. I wouldn't advise it, but for him in the start style, it's great to see actually, and it reminds you of the way his dad fought as well. Wiry, you can't switch off for him for a minute, but he hurt Eubank in the third round, didn't he? I had him three was he? Could have went either 4 rounds up, was it? No, 3 rounds up. I had him at the start. And I thought, bloody hell, Eubank's going after their counter experience here, because that's the one thing he has got. And Ben seemed to get tired in the middle rounds. He didn't look as big, and you could see the size difference then because his posture. Started getting tired. You could see the real size difference. And then Eubank took maybe some of the middle rounds back for me, but then Ben about eight or about rounds 9, 10, he put two to the body, put 2 shots to the body in well, and it was working well for him. And yeah, Eubank finished very, very strong. I scored it a draw, but I gave 2 rounds that could have went. If he wasn't for Ben, he could have went to Eubank, so called it a draw minimum, or by 1 or 2 to Eubank. But I didn't think the decision was 4 rounds to Eubank. No way. No way, but it was an unbelievable fight. And like I say, I'm glad that both men came out healthy. And I think that Eubank, it'll be his finest win, but he's going to be fighting people at his own weight. And I would advise him to bow out on that, because I don't see what else he could do against top fellas. I think Conor Benn could do, based on that, Conor Benn could do really, really well, taking the experience that he can learn from that, throwing power into everything. Eubank showed that in his experience, didn't have to put power into anything, but Conor Benn he didn't know when to take the power out, and that's sometimes important. You could see that he lacked a lot of experience, but he's in Tottenham's ground, so many people there, such a massive occasion. The pair of them came out fast, and you could see, and you expect that such a huge occasion. It was brilliant. I think Ben should go back down to his own weight, and I think is he capable of winning a world title? He could be, he could be. He takes that experience on. He showed what he can do so far, how much he's learned so far without the amateur experience. I think if Eubank didn't have that experience tonight, he definitely wouldn't have won the fight. But he banked on that experience, didn't he? And he just shoe shined at the end. Is just what was the telling difference. And Ben didn't have that experience to just throw 5 or 6 light shots, and it was just looking for the one big shot winning it. But yeah, it was great to see the two dads in there, and it was great to see Eubank's dad come back into his corner, as is he weren't controlling the corner, and Eubank was he come out of his father's shadow. But then you see that Ben hugging his dad at the end. It was just beautiful to see, and the love that they got for each other. Yeah, just an amazing event. Well done to everyone involved. Such a boss event. I'm very, very glad that I stayed almost there. I think that it was dangerous what they done. Everyone cashed in, and no one got hurt, thank God. And I think that they should just go back to their own paths, and leave that one there. But I know there's rematch clauses inside the contracts and stuff like that, so yeah, who knows where it's gonna go. But yeah, brilliant fight. Well done to both men and the fathers, and everyone involved for making the fight happen. But yeah, that was just my reaction. I called it a draw at the end, but I can see why it was Eubank. I can't see why it was 4 rounds. The AI scoring, but really the best, was it? He'd give it to Eubank by about 55 rounds. But yeah, such a great event. But yeah, Please like, subscribe and leave a comment. As always, family, I'm going to God bless.